Why is there a target? Why is there a locked one? Hang on a second. Okay, so I'm gonna make sure that this is the one I'm thinking of. And it was at 9.
Team jump.
Okay, yes. Okay, so we're going to go to team 10. So 10 and 11 are like the new stuff. But it did catch my attention. So 10.1 is target, and this and 11 are like the hidden ones that you have to go through the scenario select to unlock. But that just caught me off guard when I first saw it. Like, and again, I understand, like, wanting to make the world better and a little bit easier for the next generation of, like, AIs or, like, people in real world. I understand that, but it did kind of catch my attention because it's like the world started off really slow for Thomas and them, and then just became more and more difficult. So I wonder how much different would it be the next time around? Would it just stay to a certain level of difficulty, or would it follow the same kind of thing? Anyway, because the problem is like no matter what kind of world that you create, there's going to be people that like ruin it. Long before Thomas, there were other AIs. They were prototypes, tests. We were shocked when one amongst thousands developed a powerful trait. Hope. Like no matter how well that you want things to be, someone will always find a way to like mess with like that thing.
The rocks. If they moved fast enough, they could probably see the fountain before darkness fell. Benjamin had brought sandwiches especially.
So this is
They had no crusts. Benjamin's father insisted on that. They were meticulously crafted, packed away in neat boxes.
So this is a boy and his father.
For as many cycles as he could remember, Benjamin had made the climb with his father. Every time, the glow felt closer, more tangible.
I am so sorry. My throat is making
Benjamin
weird noises.
hoped that one day, he'd be able to reach out and touch it.
Like, I feel like it's been happening a lot lately, and I don't know why. I'm going to do that. I'm assuming we're supposed to climb over here, because that save is over here. But, listen, I keep making weird noises with my mouth, and I'm not even trying. And I feel horrible about it. Also, he's coming with his father, so that brings the question. These AIs can reproduce? Or do they just, like, get, like, 1,831 cycles later? How do they know what a father is? Or a mother? Oh.
Benjamin ran. His father had sent word that it was ready, that it was actually done.
It'd be nice if I could actually jump. Like, is it just like, oh, you were created from part of my code? Can you adopt other codes?
Misfires. Benjamin had seen the rectangle who tested Mark 26. More of a trapezium now.
Whoops. So wait, are they, like, creating their own programs? I mean, I guess it makes sense that it's an AI. It doesn't really explain what they're testing outside of, like, these little things.
Was glorious.
Oh.
Benjamin's father motioned to the switches he'd made, told him to fly to them. Slowly, though.
So it's like new things for... Is there a limit to how long I can hold this? There is no limit. Okay. So he gave his son new code, essentially? Is that what I understand?
Benjamin ignored him, of course, hitting the sequence as quickly as possible. He was dying to test this out properly, to fly to the fountain.
easy is it to modify, like, a code? I feel like there's a Ship of Theseus, like, theory going on here. Oh, okay.
Just a quick flight up to the fountain. Benjamin was sure his father wouldn't mind. The locked doors were a precaution. The spike walls, a friendly reminder to be aware of his surroundings. That combination lock on the jetpack had, after all, been exceptionally easy to guess.
That is very tight. Okay. Ooh, okay. I'm having to, like, just spam the A button. Oh, hello. I suppose I can't just...
Was done. The fountain had sounded like a great idea when she started. An adventure. And more importantly, it was an adventure she could have alone.
I just want to see if I could sneak over there, but I can't.
But she hadn't been alone. And they had seen her.
Okay. I don't remember what this one's name was. I missed it a little bit. But apparently they're being followed. Oh, I remember this level. Okay. You know what? We're going to be here at least until, like...
Benjamin was getting good at this. They could fly. It was important to stay focused, though. He had a fountain to get to.
Okay. Yep. Stay focused, right? Stay focused. Okay. I completely forgot about this.
Get to the fountain, touch it, get home for dinner. His father wouldn't even notice he'd gone anywhere.
Okay. Just tapping A. This is hurting my fingers. Oh no. Come on. There we go. That's a lot of tapping. Wait, do we have to carry her? We do. You could tell this level was made a little bit better than the other.
Remarkably unimpressed by Benjamin's jetpack. She didn't even ask about it. She just kept looking up and muttering about clouds.
Oh, I think I skipped some messages because I was going so fast.
Anna tried to talk the obnoxiously single-minded Square out of his plan. She should have left him, taken the next portal home, and forgotten about that big spluttering machine he kept motioning at heroically.
Okay.
They were halfway to the fountain. It occurred to Benjamin that his father would have become aware of his absence by now. Benjamin hoped that he'd be forgiven. You know, the folly of youth. Father had worked so hard on the jetpack.
Okay, come on. Where is everything? Okay, good. It's a little bit easier. 10 out of 10. Tap, and then tap again. There we
Anna
go.
tried again.
Okay.
She told Benjamin about the blinding light of the fountain, of the clouds which had defended it. She begged him not to carry on.
Didn't work, did it?
He laughed it off. He wasn't afraid of clouds, so however pixelated they were, he could fly above them or swoop to avoid them. He scared her.
I mean, he is a child. I don't know what constitutes as a child in this universe. But, like, he's a child. For all I know, he's like a couple hours old. He could literally be a couple hours old. For all I know. The network connection was the biggest security loophole we left in the system. Eventually, Thomas would use it to achieve sentience. In the early cycles, it was the downfall of many of our most promising AIs. Hey, is that Sarah up at the top?
Sarah was awed by the square. Its voice boomed, raised above the roar of the jetpack.
Oh, so this is like Sarah's little...
You don't happen to have any sandwiches, do you?
This is Sarah's little backstory, too. That's cool. Okay. The curse of not being able to see everything. Ah! Okay. So once we get to that point... There we go. There we go. It's like a little hat. Little man with a little hat. Okay. Just pressing the A button very delicately until I know where I'm supposed to go. Really wish this was wide. There's been like a few wide levels, but
Benjamin liked the little purple fangirl. She was kind of cute. And she seemed really impressed with his jetpack. This was how Anna should have been looking at him all this time. But no, she was pure naysaying. She did understand the dream he had, the importance of what he was doing.
let's try and change, like fix them up. Because, like, that's what I was trying to do. Let's do that when, like, they're on the ground.
That double jump was cool, too.
Young crushes. At least now we know why Sarah was obsessed with the fountain. It's because of Benjamin here.
The Fountain of Knowledge sounded fantastic. Benjamin hadn't told her what it was, really. She suspected, but he didn't know. He ploughed off ahead while she jumped behind him, helping the increasingly resigned Anna. Sarah suspected Anna had no faith in Benjamin. She was scared. Ha! She had not the faith to believe in their leader. Sarah found herself thinking more epically. She suspected it was Benjamin's heroism. Well, every hero needed a faithful disciple. Maybe that was her. It definitely wasn't Anna.
I don't know if that's like worship or just a childhood crush.
Definitely done this time. She had tried. The self-aggrandizing square and the purple orator were never going to listen.
Okay,
She
so
locked the door behind herself.
Anna left.
Here, where it was safe. She could wait a few cycles. Who knew? Maybe this would be enough. She was done with adventure. And
So
she had no idea what...
Anna didn't know what a sandwich was. Poor thing. But it's just Sarah and Benjamin now.
Sarah laughed, but she had no fear now. The doubter, Anna, had hidden away. Benjamin carried her even higher. He swore the fountain was close, that soon she would see him touch it. He said it would reveal great things. She hoped he might share some of them with her.
Sarah, you're a great color of purple, but it's kind of hard to tell where you're at from here. Oh yeah, we're in the last chapter, aren't we? Yeah, 11.6. Wait. Oh no! We lost Sarah. It is just Benjamin now. Gonna have to go down in order to...
The wall surrounding the fountain was brighter than the rest. Light seemed to engulf the space around it, pouring into the chambers. Benjamin was close. The jetpack was working. Benjamin thought of his father again. He thought about how proud the big square would be of what he'd accomplished.
Okay, so we're gonna have to drop down again and find the next part. I'm just gonna drop down casually, because I'm assuming there's another button I have to pick. Is it further down or is it higher up? Guess it's higher up. Let's get him in the proper position. I bet your father's got a lot of questions on his mind now. We've been gone for a while.
Sarah knew she could not follow Benjamin any further. She would wait here. He would return soon enough, and he would tell her everything.
Alright, so it's just Benjamin.
It shone before him, its light reverberating off the walls percussively. It was awesome. It was everything he had hoped. Sandwiches didn't matter anymore. Cute purple fangirls didn't matter anymore. It was only Benjamin and the fountain.
I don't even know if I would call this hope. It just sounds like childish, like, daydreams. Childish ambition.
Engulfed Benjamin. He couldn't
Like, I mean, I guess children have, like, the most hope out of everybody. I guess that makes sense. But, like... Like, a child's dreams and wishes are probably, like, the most purest and, like... the strongest thing that you can think of.
Benjamin was blind.
Oh.
He had
Well...
seen shadows, bright lights, data in innumerable and unimaginable combinations. And then, it had gone. He wasn't ready.
Oh, so you're the blind...
He sat. There was nothing else to do. He'd try and find his way home tomorrow.
Okay, so Paul was mentioning a blind square or rectangle, warning him about Gray. That must have been Benjamin, in like the future. So, I guess this is just like him just trying to get back home after being blinded. He got too close to the truth, I guess. And there goes Sarah.
Sarah fell. Benjamin was stuck up there. She had no idea if she'd ever see him again. The fountain had destroyed everything. It had unleashed the clouds. It had blinded Benjamin.
So the clouds were released by the pixel clouds were released by the internet. The internet is the cause of all troubles. We just discovered that. Maybe
Sarah
not, but
swore she would see it again. She'd get back to it. She would know what it was and what it contained.
I mean, I guess these are AIs that have been living in a close environment this entire time. So I guess it makes sense that, like, after being in a enclosed environment, a program that was like restricted from like the rest of the world, to suddenly have access to the internet would probably be very shocking. Especially because they're only talking about like the cats and like Portal and Skyrim, and not like the other parts of the internet like Reddit or Twitter or 4chan. And I'm not even talking about like some of the worst aspects of that, like the 50-50 challenges and stuff like that used to be like, God, this was back during like the early 2000s. Like it's gotten a lot tamer now compared to back to that time. But I guess that makes sense. But yeah. Listen, I love these kinds of games, but I have difficulty really talking about them. And I think one of the things I really like about games like this is like it's like you can tell a story without like being like having the most like advanced graphics, you know? Because a lot of times you think like certain people will think that you need to have like the most advanced graphics or AAA quality stuff in order to have like a good video game or a great story in a video game and stuff like that. No, you can have a really good story and stuff without that. And now I'm not saying that the game was perfect. There was definitely some issues with like the physics and stuff, especially when you're like jumping. It's a little bit better with like chapters 10 and 11. And that's because they were created later. But if you're trying to jump on something in the earlier levels while something is moving, it won't let you. And sometimes it thinks that you are on a moving platform when you're not, because it's still moving around, especially if you're in the water and stuff like that. And that's what I was kind of having issues with. But I like Thomas Was Alone as a story and a concept. Again, though, it is one of those games that's just like, it's only 3 hours long. I've only played this for like 3 hours. So it's hard to like sell this, especially in this day and age. where games are so expensive, but it's definitely something I still really like. So I'm glad to be able to play it again. I really enjoyed the experience. Other games I could think of around that time would be like the Stanley Parable and A Beginner's Guide, which are more like walking simulators and stuff like that. But I'm going to turn this off. Or at least go back to the main menu. But yeah, I kind of got into this because I kind of was motivated to play this because of Ivy Road closing down and Wonderstop, and it made me remember this game. Now, it's not the same as the Stanley Parable. I don't think they're by the same creator. Let me take a look and make sure. That I'm right. I think they are by different companies. Yeah, this is Thomas Was Alone is by Bithell Games. So, and then the other is Annapurna Interactive and Ivy Road. And unfortunately, Ivy Road has closed their doors. So, and it just reminded me of this game. And I would like to play Stanley Parable. Honestly, I think I might play that in like Halloween or something like that, because I feel like it's more unsettling than this game was. This is more just like discussions of like how AIs feel. And like if you like how AIs interact with a world that is constantly changing for them, and like how they mature and develop and stuff like that. I mean, I guess it's kind of weird in this kind of world, because most of the time you think of like AI as like the generative AI, and it's just like, ew, I hate that. Which I also agree. I don't like generative AI, but it is kind of interesting to think of the concept of like an AI developing in the same mind frame as like a child slowly growing up and seeing the world as like at one point being like this place that is like, oh, look at this world is changing for me and it is helping me grow and do something better. But then it gets to the point where it gets really, really hard. And you're not sure if you like this world anymore. Maybe you should change it because it is getting super hard. So, I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Either way, thank you all so much for watching. Again, I'm really sorry about like the look of like these screens right here. But if you're playing in like full screen, it doesn't show up this badly. Tomorrow we're going to play Shovel Knight, and I don't know if I'll be playing, like, there's several different things you can play as, like, Plague Knight and Shovel Knight, and I think 2 other characters, although I don't know if that one is its own separate thing or not. I think one of them might have been made into their own separate game. I can't remember. It's been a while since I've looked at it. We might just do the Shovel Knight run for now and then come back to the others later. I haven't figured it out yet. And then we'll come back to Celeste. But I have to go with my partners tomorrow because one of them has to go into physical therapy. So we'll be cutting tomorrow a little bit short no matter what. Not too long. It'll be around 1 o'clock. Or 1:30, so I can get prepared. But either way, thank you so much for watching. And I hope you enjoyed this little trip down Thomas Was Alone. And if you enjoyed this, you'll be able to see it on YouTube. If you're just coming in, you'll be able to see it on YouTube. I'll cut it into smaller bits. And if you enjoyed my stuff, you can always follow me on YouTube. You can follow me on here, and you can also follow me on Twitter. I don't post as much as I should be on there, but I do post like my announcements on like any streams or anything that I'm doing on there. And yeah, I think that's it. Thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate you being here, and I hope you're having a wonderful day. But until next time, I'll see y'all again soon. Bye-bye, Peeditch. And goodbye to everybody else. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.